5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And it's live.
This is Leicester Till I Die TV. Watch and subscribe on YouTube and listen on your podcast platform.
Good evening, everybody. Good afternoon, morning, night, day. Bye and hello as well, wherever you are in the world. Hopefully, you're with us and one of those will apply to you. To say that, it's in Dave's contract, he likes me saying that. Welcome along. This is LTID TV. We've got a special because it's great. It's an international break, just what we always want at this time of year. Next season, apparently, because we've got another one in November as well, I believe. Apparently, next season they're going to put them all together. And we're going to have a 3-week break.
Oh, for God's sake.
I know, exactly. Please join in the show if you are in the chat. We're going to be discussing each of the championship teams and how we think they're doing. So join in with your thoughts. Dave and Kate will both decide, as you can see there, whether these teams are doing well, better than expected, as expected. Kate's just adjusting a something or another.
Sorry, I'm all in a 2 and 8 over 8. Just bear with me.
There was a crash helmet or something.
It's like faulty towers over here. Sorry, folks.
Worse than expected or that bad, it's oh my God. Now, if they can't agree, and I'm sure we're not going to see Dave argue at all with Kate. I'm sure
No. Where's Craig?
I will have to adjudicate. And I haven't adjudicated for a long time, but I have got my toilet all ready just in case.
That's why you got a cold.
That's a very big word for you, Chris. Are you feeling all right?
Well, it is. I hope it's the right one.
Yes, not toilet roll.
If you are watching, remember, please like the video, subscribe, share the video, and click the notification bell, even if you're watching on catch-up. And if you are also watching or listening by your favourite podcast platform, thank you for lending me your ears. Very, very quickly, before we start, guys, apparently it's not very lucky to be linked with the Leicester job and then get another one because, you tend to lose it, Mr. Potter, Mr. Martin.
Terrible, isn't it?
I mean, we didn't dodge...
Zero sympathy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we didn't dodge a bullet there. We kind of dodged the war, didn't we? Certainly with Martin.
They're probably the richest failures in history, apart from Sam Allardyce, maybe.
Possibly.
It's embarrassing, isn't it? It really is. How could you be so rubbish at a job and get so much money?
Well, yes, this is it. But why can you be so rubbish at a job and be given the second best job in Scotland?
Yeah.
Do you think, Kate, I'm going to say, well, allegedly, do you think, Kate, that when, certainly very quickly with Potter, sorry, we always said, had he been out of the game too long, it would have been over 2 years, games move on, we're even starting to move away from that Pep thing now, Pep play. So do you think that was it? Do you think he was away too long?
There is perhaps an element of that, but I think my own opinion is that there's just a bit of blind arrogance about him. I think that he's got a little bit above his station, which leads you to complacency and thinking that you just know it all. And I feel like that's how he comes across to me. I could be really wrong, but the Chelsea job just sort of, I don't know, derailed anything really, and I feel like he's maybe forgotten his values and what he was about that got him that job in the first place. He did an amazing job at Brighton and he was so well sought after with us, but I don't know whether he's just got a bit above his station or whether these payoffs that these managers get do ruin their work ethic. I mean, it won't be the first or the last human that affects, but yeah, I feel like it's just a merry-go-round that just keeps going on and on and on, and it gets worse. You think people would learn from the mistakes. I mean, Nuno's just gone into his 4th Premier League job. Like, let someone else have a go.
Yes. Well,
no, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, Postalogalulu, whatever he's called, he might not be there for long as well. So who knows? I mean, Dave, very quickly with Russell Martin at Glasgow Rangers, what a weird appointment that was.
I have no words to say about that. When he was appointed, I thought, how ridiculous. For the supposed second team in Scotland, they appointed a third-rate manager. And that's what happened. They got it.
I mean, usually managers go up to Scotland to revive the career. Well,
yeah.
First, hasn't he? You know, but
I mean, he's had it now, really, isn't he?
Well, I don't know.
Watford are looking for somebody soon, so.
Well, like I say, Marinakis at Forest might be looking for somebody soon. Who knows?
Yeah. He's a strange one, isn't he?
Well, yes, exactly. Right, let's make a start, shall we? And we're going to go through this alphabetically, so we don't sort of show any favouritism. But we are not quite a quarter of the way into the new season, but it is, like I say, the second international break. I hate international breaks. Does anybody still watch England?
No. Terrible, isn't it?
Yeah. Especially when they're going. The most exciting thing this season in the Premier League for me, and I haven't watched a lot of it, has been the re-emergence of Jack Grealish. And he isn't even in the bloody squad.
Yeah, well, this is the thing, isn't it? I've got to say, if it was England women, I would actually watch that because there's an element of can they, can't they, will they, won't they? But if England can't beat these bloody teams that we've been put up against in this qualifying, you know, it's like Man United, in playing Rochdale or Oldham or something. You know, well, maybe Man United's the wrong team to pick on at the moment.
I think you're a bit harsh, Chris. I think Andorra have come on loads.
Never mind. Let's move on. Right, Birmingham City. Last season they were League One champions. When we did the thing, and I don't think you were involved in this, Dave, but when we did the thing at the start of the season, we asked all the presenters to say who they thought would sort of win, come second, be in the playoffs, and then the bottom three. And a lot of people were going for Birmingham to actually go straight up and do an Ipswich. Don't remember if you were one of those at all, Kate.
No, I wasn't. No. I thought they'd struggle in terms. Not struggle. Sorry, I thought they wouldn't be really around the playoffs. Because it's very difficult to come into the Championship and find your way instantly. I mean, Leicester aren't even doing it, and we've come the other way. So I just expected Birmingham, because they've had so much money pumped into them, that does create an integration problem. But they started really well, didn't they? Excuse me, they had 7 points from 9. And they seem to be on quite a good run. I think they score okay. And then they've just become quite unstuck recently. I'm just looking here, 3 defeats in the last 6. 18 points. They've managed to get 5 in the last 6 games. So they are becoming unstuck. And I would say that in 16th position, they are broadly where I would expect them to be. I don't expect them to go straight back down, but I would expect them to be in the Championship for a season or two to try and rebuild.
I mean, they're pretty consistent. Won 3, drawn 3, lost 3. So you're saying sort of the where they would be expected to be?
I think so. I mean, you've got some really good teams in there. I mean, it's incredibly tight, isn't it? They're 4 points behind us, so it's not.
Really?
The table's a bit strange at the moment, but they're off the pace at the moment of playoffs, which not by a boatload, which is probably where you'd put them. Yeah,
would you agree, Dave?
Well, I think I always thought, and looking at them, that their problem scoring goals, and I can't see anybody there that's going to put it right. That they're conceding but not scoring. What's their goal difference, Kate? Is it on there or?
Minus 3.
About -4, yeah, -3. So they're not
Kate
scoring.
said that without moving her lips then, did you notice?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, you sound like you're husky. Has everybody got chills around?
Yes.
I'm not poorly. I've literally just got something stuck in my throat literally a minute ago. So
No, Dave, don't say a word. So where would you put Birmingham, Dave?
I can't think anymore. No, I'd probably have them going down.
oh my God, Dave, stop it.
Well, no, when I was surprised.
Do you have any more innuendos in there?
Yeah, coming up was good fun, but what goes up must come down. I actually didn't think they'd do very well because, I mean, they did struggle to get up, didn't they? They could have done it easily, but
No. Well, let's move on because Dave is obviously on a sponsored double entendre. Because Dave went into the pub earlier, Kate, and he asked the barmaid for a double entendre, so she gave him one. Dave, would you say then in 16th would they be where you were expected or worse than expected?
No, I think at the moment that's fair enough. I thought they flattered to deceive early on that they were getting points when you think they're not going to do it. But that's the momentum, isn't it? You come in, it's first games in the Championship, crowd are behind you, and then suddenly it starts to go wrong. It started to go wrong at Leicester, didn't it? That was
we'll find out. I'm trying to rush through because we've got 24 teams to get through, but that's all right. So would you have them as expected, worse than expected?
To me, as expected.
So you both agree on that. Well, that's a good start. Might be the last one. Blackburn Rovers. Let's have a look at my old team, Blackburn Rovers. Valerian Ismail is their manager. Last season they finished 7th. This season, I mean, they've been predicted to go down, but they're actually sat in 21st, so they are virtually down in the bottom 3. 2 wins, 1 draw, 5 loss. To me, Kate, I think I expected more of them.
Yeah, I did as well, actually, considering where they finished last year, because they finished quite strongly last year, didn't they?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I don't follow Blackburn that closely, but I can see their record here is pretty poor, and it would be the team that I would probably expect to be in the last third of the table, to be honest, the bottom third of the table. So they're probably where I expect them to be. You've also got to remember, I know we'll come on to it, but Sheffield Wednesday, I think, we're going to be everybody's they're going to be one of the teams that are going to be down. So there's a whole bunch in there for the remaining couple of places potentially. And I think Blackburn would have been one of them I'd pick.
So basically, where you would have expected them.
Yeah.
I mean, for me,
they always disappointed me. Last year, I had them planned for the playoffs. And they played some cracking stuff. They played 2 years ago, wasn't it? Sorry. They played really well against us and we beat them. But I thought they had a chance and they've not built on it. And the next couple of games, I think, are Coventry away and and Sheffield United maybe, or Wednesday at home. Anyway, they got 2 tough games. One, which is going to be a relegation battle already. We've only had about 10 games.
I mean, they did lose the manager last season. He went to Derby County, who, funnily enough, was just one place above them. So where would you put them, Dave?
Oh, totally disappointing. What's the bottom one? Oh my God. OMG!
Right. Well, so you see, I said you were going to argue. I knew it. Mummy and Daddy are arguing. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm actually going to put, in fairness, worse than expected, because I was expecting them to do better than this, but they're not one of the worst teams, to be honest with you. Now, Bristol City, and their manager is Gerhard Struber. Sounds like a Bond villain, doesn't it? Last season, they finished Well, they lost in the playoff semi-final. Obviously, Nigel Pearson's ex-team. Okay.
Yeah.
They are currently sat in 10th. They kind of dropped quite a few places this last weekend when they lost, but they had been up in the top 3 or 4, hadn't they?
Yeah, they had, but as you can see, they're only 2 points off the playoffs and 3 points off us. So everything's just so tight. It's quite difficult to judge the league, I guess, on positioning at the moment. But they haven't had a good run since the last round of the cup. And they had a couple of wins on the bounce. They've scored some goals. But yeah, I mean, drawing 2 and losing 2 in your last 4, they've hit a bit of a sticky spot by the looks of it. And they've played some decent teams as well. They've played Ipswich in there. They played Preston in there, who we know were hard to beat, and they got spanked 3-1 at home to Oxford. So they have slippered a bit, really. So I would say that they're probably, given those results, worse than expected at the moment.
Looking at Bristol, Dave, I know you like to look at Bristol.
I love it.
You will, yeah.
Happy memories down there.
Yes, and of course, there's 2 teams in Bristol, so as you I had to explain that to somebody the other day, why Bristol's a known.
It's an old thing.
Double entendre. It is, isn't it? And it did make me feel very, very old. But I mean, whether I kind of expected them after last season, maybe to build on that. Like I say, they sat there in 10th. What do you think of the start?
Well, I thought they started pretty well, but everybody has a blip. They've got an early one. They've got again. Everybody's got difficult games. People can beat anybody. I think it's once you get towards Christmas and after that, when you start putting the results together, teams will pull away. But I mean, I think Bristol are playing. Have they got Southampton soon, or is that somebody else?
No,
I know they've got a couple of tough games coming up, but all they got to do is win a couple of games, and they'll be back in the playoff place.
Yeah, they've got Southampton in 2 games today. They were away at Norwich first, which is another.
Okay, yeah, that'll be an interesting game because Norwich, having lost to Ipswich, will be a touch angry, won't they? But I don't know. It's a funny old place, isn't it? Bristol, going down there.
So would you say,
I don't know,
moving you on before you go down that road?
Yeah,
would you say that the start? I mean, Kate said it was. Did you say worse than expected,
Yeah.
Kate? Yeah. Would you say it was worse than expected? I mean, last season's beaten semi-finalists, you kind of expect them to come out of the block.
You would, but were they expected in the playoffs at the time?
I don't know. That's for you to decide. It's your choice.
I don't think so. I think they probably were fortunate to be in there. Yeah, I think probably as expected.
Oh, so we've got another split decision. So I'm going to have to go, and I'm sorry, Dave, agree with Kate. I'm going to put them in worse than expected.
Yeah, because they've scored a lot of goals. The second top scorers in the league, something like that.
15 they've scored.
So that's a good sign.
Joint with Ipswich, but of course Ipswich got a lot in one game. But yeah, I just thought after last season, I expected a better start for them.
Okay.
Now, I don't know why, but one of my favourite teams, but with one of my not particularly favourite managers, Nathan Jones at Charlton Athletic. Playoff final winners. They were 4th in League One last season, Kate. Playoff champions, though. It seems that whatever team comes up from whatever division to the one above it by the playoffs is always one of the people's favourites to go down. And with a lot of pundits, Charlton, when they was predicting at the start of the season, a lot of people were predicting Charlton to go down, which is probably why I put them down there. Like I say, don't know why I really happen to like Charlton, but they're sat there in 13th. Again, another 3-3-3.
Yeah, and 0 goal difference as well. So they just want to keep it all looking nice on the table, don't they? I think Charlton have probably done better than expected, to be honest, just simply because their defensive record was brilliant. They really hold firm against us. I know we ended up winning 1-0, but it was a really tight game. And defensively, I spoke to a Charlton fan around the time that we played them, and he was saying how impressed he was with their defensive record and just generally looking very robust at the back. And goal scoring is a bit of an issue potentially, but look, coming up from that division as well in the playoffs, so they weren't even in their own right earning the promotion. And I would think that Charlton are definitely fighting them, holding their own at the moment. So yeah, better than expected for me.
Are you holding your own, Dave?
I certainly am. I think I've gone a bit dark, have I?
You've gone a bit something. No, you're fine, mate. You're fine.
Thank you very much. I met somebody that's a Charlton season ticket holder a couple of 3 weeks ago, and we were talking about it. And she said just what Kate said. You know, that they've got trouble scoring goals, but they won't concede many. I don't know how many they've conceded, but
scored 8, conceded 8.
Right, okay. So hence the problem of scoring goals. But they've got a big crowd down at the Valley. They get some good support. So their home games are going to be vital. And I think they were unlucky to just draw with Millwall a couple of weeks ago. I think they could have won that one, which would have made a bit of a difference. But they've got to win their home games. And if they do, they'll be fine.
So,
as expected.
Also, again, you're disagreeing. Wow. What have you upset him, Kate, or what?
I'm not listening to what she said, actually, so I should. Oh, most of the time I'm listening. It's just that last bit I'm not listening to. I'm listening all the time.
Again, I'm sorry, Dave. I would agree with Kate. I think because everybody was expecting them to go down, I think the fact that they are up in, they might not sort of set the division alight, but I think sat in 13th, they're going to be more than happy with the way things are going at the moment. Okay. Talking about being happy with the way things are going, Coventry City sat atop the table. Let's be honest, if you want to see goals, you go and watch Coventry. 27 scored, 7 conceded. The only team in the division that's not lost yet, Kate.
Absolutely outrageous. It makes me sick to my stomach. Yeah, they are scoring for fun. I quite like Frank Lampard, to be honest. So I think he's just got a real passion for the game, and I think you can see that in the clubs that he's managed. And he just likes working with an upcoming squad, and I think he's doing a really good job. So yeah, better than expected without doubt. And the number of goals they've scored, often to nil as well. With the last 3 games are 5-0, 4-0, and 3-0. So it makes you realise how good our 0-0 draw was against.
I was going to say, everybody that was saying we've had a rubbish start, Coventry didn't get a goal past us.
Didn't even get a chance, really. Yeah. So yeah, better than expected for sure. Their fans will be very happy at the moment.
Dave, do you have Coventry are better or as expected, or would you have expected them to be here? Because they were, did they lose in the semi-finals last season?
Yes.
Lost in the playoff semi-final.
I think their fans, I don't know, I've never seen a happy Coventry fan, so it's hard to tell, really. But yeah, I'd have expected them to be up and thereabouts, but you've got to say they're doing better. Nobody would have expected those goals or those performances.
27 goals is unbelievable.
Yeah, but they've scored, 5 at Sheffield, and did they score 6 somewhere else?
Yeah, they scored a few biggies. Yeah, right early in the season they scored
7 against QPR. 7 of those in one game.
That's 12 of them in 2 games. That's
they've had a 7, they've had a 5, and they've had a 4 and a 5.
Yeah.
But we have no one else at. So, we're all playing the same teams, aren't we? So you can't take it away from them.
Yeah, bubble or burst.
So what are you going for? The idea of the show, Dave,
as expected.
As expected.
Yeah, I thought they'd be in the playoffs, and they will be.
Well, so this time, again, disagreeing with you two, but I love it. But I'm going to have to agree with you, Dave. I'm going to put them as expected, because I think having finished last season in the playoffs, and it was a shame, obviously, they didn't win those. But I think you would expect them to be at the top. They're having a good start, but that's probably better. But the actual area that they're in the table, I think is as expected. Derby County, Kate, going back down to the Blackburn Rovers region.
Yeah, I mean, did they come up last year? Or they were in the league last year, weren't they?
They were. Last year they finished 19th.
Oh, they did. Yeah, missed a year, didn't they?
They're going to be as expected, I think. I think they'll struggle. I think they struggle to get going. I think they struggle to get momentum. They're not scoring that many. But yeah, I'd say as expected with Derby.
Right.
They've drawn with teams that they should beat if they want to get anywhere. Wrexham, Southampton. Who did they draw with the other day?
Southampton,
Charlton, wasn't it?
Yeah, a few games before that. But
you got to be winning them, haven't you?
Yeah.
Drawing too many, they're going to struggle. But yeah, I think it's worse than expected.
Oh. I'm going to stick them in then. I'm sorry, Dave. I agreed with you for one, but I'm going to put them as expected because they were 19th last season. A weird decision for John Eustace to jump from Blackburn, who when he left them were in the top, half of the table, to a team that was struggling. He did keep them up, but yeah.
That's why you'd expect him to do better, really, wouldn't you? When you make a switch like that, he must see potential in the club, and unless he's an idiot.
Yeah, but he's had obviously 3/4 of a season or whatever it was there last term.
Yeah, true.
This one, a turn up for the book, Ipswich Town. I would tend to say out of every 10 pundits, 8 of them think Ipswich are going to win the league. And they may still do, but they've not had the best of starts, have they, Kate? They've drawn a lot of games that you would have expected them to win. I had them down to win the league because of the squad they've got. They kept the manager, which the other 2 relegated teams didn't, thank God. I know where I'd put this one, but where would you put Ipswich?
I'm just having a look here. Yeah, so I think
they've only lost one game, haven't they?
They've only lost one, and they have got a game in hand, of course, because they did play at the swimming pool that was Ewood Park. All you needed was Steve Lynex going on doing the breaststroke, wasn't it, really?
Yeah, they've started to pick up a bit of traction in the last 5 games. Excluding that abandoned game, they've won 3 out of the last 4. So they have started to pick up some momentum, but their start was definitely disappointing. So,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'd probably say worse than expected. But I would probably change my mind with that in about 3 games' time.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's the thing. They have started to climb up, but I would have thought of the 3 that came down, Dave. I would have expected Ipswich to have the best start of the 3 of us. They bought Championship players.
They've lost too many, have they?
Last year.
Sorry.
They spent 150 million quid last year.
Yeah. They got the Schmodic in, who was top scorer of the season before the Championship. So you expected them, if they went down, to be better prepared to come straight back up.
Yeah.
They should have won. They should be winning the league, and they might well still do it. As you say, they were a little late last 2 years ago, weren't they?
Yes.
Sneaking up. So they've got the experience. They've got the manager. He knows what he's doing. They've got players who have done it before. A bit like we did 2 years ago. We had players who were far better than anything in the league, as we showed early on. And I think Ipswich are in that position now. I think I'd expect them to do a lot better.
So
worse than expected. Yeah.
I have to say, I completely agree with you guys there. I think we're all surprised. Yeah, they've gone up to 9th now. If they win that game in hand, they are equal on points. They'd be in either 3rd or 4th position. But it has been a bad start. And can I just say, shame on you, Ipswich. I've really lost a lot of respect for Ipswich because, yes, they've got to play the game again against Blackburn, but apparently coming out of Ipswich, not from the FA or anything, coming out from Ipswich, they said they're not going to give Blackburn Rovers the goal. if that is true, I think it's shameful. If it's not true, then it might just be, rumours and what have you. But there we go.
Tricky one.
It is a tricky one, yeah. Hull City, Kate, haven't really been as good since they lost for Rosinier, have they? I mean, last season they finished 21st, and that's the season after they lost him, when they only just missed out on the playoffs on the last day. Their manager is... their owner, is, I don't know. I mean, he's on something, isn't he? And they are sat at the moment in 15.
Yeah, I mean, look, fifth, like I said, the league positioning is a bit kind of what's the word, red herring.
Condensed.
Yeah, it's so condensed. I mean, if you told them 9 games in there'd be a point behind Ipswich, they'd snap your hand off. So I think they've probably done better than expected. They're right up there. They're only 3 points off promotion places at the moment. I would expect them to be lurking where Blackburn and Derby are, to be honest. But they're already into double digits points wise. So yeah, I think they scored a decent amount of goals as well, 14 goals. I think they're doing better than expected for me. I expected them to be lurking around relegation.
Dave, would you agree with that?
Well, I'm just pleased if they do get relegated, because the way they treated their manager was absolutely appalling.
Yeah.
They were just outside getting promoted, and he got sacked. I mean, what's all that about? But I mean, what was their last win? Sheffield United, was it? They scraped through on Saturday, 1-0.
1-0.
So that's not really anything to write home about, despite the new manager coming in there. But no, I think conceding that many goals as they are, then they're going to be struggling. So for me, they're doing pretty much what I expected.
Yeah, I mean, they have scored 14, which is not bad at all, but they've conceded 16. And
that's not
as
good,
we will say when we talk about the next team, there's no point in, getting somebody in that's going to score you 20 goals if you're letting 25 in at the other end. But I'm going to have to agree. They're about where I would expect them to be. So sorry, Kate, but I'm going to have to stick them in the as expected on that one, because I didn't think that they'd start very well. But there we go. Oh, have we heard of a team called Leicester, everybody? Now, I have to say, I'm going to say my bit first here. If anybody watched the review show a week ago today, when I did my 5-minute speech, you'll know my feelings on Leicester and some Leicester fans at the moment, who think that drawing 4 in a row was rubbish. Disappointing, yes, I grant you. Rubbish, no. Not when only 130 days before that we'd lost 17 in a row and we hadn't scored and we were setting all the records we didn't want. But a win changes everything, Kate, and we're sat in third, but we're rubbish, aren't we?
I think the issue is when you follow your own team, you're always hypercritical and you'll know far much more about your own team than you will of any others. And the grass is always greener and things always look better from afar. So when you are magnified on your own club, you are always seeing things, a bit worse perhaps than they are. So for me, I think Leicester are doing as expected. I thought we'd stutter. I thought we'd struggle with goals. These things don't just cure overnight because you've dropped down a division. And I thought it would be slow build-up play, regardless of the manager, because the manager can only do so much off the field. But when you cross that white line, the habits of the players that have, damaged the last couple of seasons are still there. Fass and Vestergaard like slow build-up play because it suits them, because they're not great with the ball. So, we're always going to be hypercritical. I would like to see more goals. Hopefully they're going to be coming. But yeah, I think Leicester are where I would have expected them to be. I didn't think we'd run away with it like we did 2 seasons ago. But the confidence levels and the problems don't just go away because there's a summer and a league in between. It doesn't work like that.
I mean, Michael says there, and no disrespect, Michael, I respect your opinion, but as I said before, and I've said it many times, yes, it was in the Premier League, but the funny thing was, do you know what? Last season, do you know what we were? We were a Premier League team. So, that's where we were. We were a Premier League team. And, we didn't lose 6 in a row. So we didn't lose to Liverpool, Chelsea, Man City, Arsenal. We didn't just lose to them. We were losing to the the West Hams, the Wolves. Look where they are this season. We didn't, the fact that when we were playing these teams last season, this season, everybody said it was a tough league to get out of. Now, it's a shit league. It's only the Championship. No, it's not. It still is the toughest league to get out of. And you can see the gap. There is a gap. But the players that we've got are virtually at the start, on the starting 11 against, who do we play on Saturday? I've forgotten already.
Swansea,
thank you. The starting 11 against Swansea, 10 of them were in the squad when Rood was manager. We've lost some of the players, and we've lost the best players, because obviously we're not going to sell the rubbish ones. And the fact that last season, Dave, I'd have bloody bit your cock off to have got 4 draws in a row.
Dave's glad that we didn't.
Yeah, I'm sure I wouldn't be doing that.
People say that Leicester City fans are becoming entitled. Some of them are. Some of them are there like Manchester United fans. Well, we're Leicester. We should be expecting to do this. And there was a big chance 137 days ago, our last game in the Premier League, we were thinking there's a little chance there we could do a Luton. Dave.
Sorry, you're talking to me. I thought we were ranting again, but I agree. I mean, I was just hoping to stay up this year. I think we've got to build up a few points, though, because despite the fact I don't understand this fair play rubbish, we're going to get points deducted. We're not going to get away with it. It's been going on for too long. So we've got to build up a few points, and then hopefully we'll get in the playoffs. I think the disappointing thing, you said it's disappointing. It has been, some of it. Certainly Wrexham at home. I thought we played without a lot of momentum, a bit like we played under Brendan a few years ago when we were going sideways and everything else. But Saturday, I mean, I know, was it you and Robert said Swansea were unlucky not to win? But I thought you could see signs where we're actually getting there now. And even Wrexham, occasionally, I thought, that's better. But Saturday, we were quicker. We were playing balls a lot quicker into midfield and out again. And I know there's a couple of sensational goals, and maybe should have been 3 sensational, but it's not that. It's not the goals. It's not so much the winning, which, don't shout at me for that, but it's the way we play. And I think if we can see us getting away from that negative play, then the fans will start.
Surely, look, 9 games into the season.
Yeah.
We've only lost 1.
Yeah.
We've won 4, so we've won more games this season under a manager that came in with only 1 pre-season game than 25 under Rood in the league last season. We've got more clean sheets already this season than under Rood. So I think we are moving in the right direction.
As you say, then we should have 10 Premier League players starting on Saturday. So we should
look at the way those 10 Premier League players played last season.
Well, that's the point.
And probably 6 or 7 of those were in the Championship. But anyway, Dave, where are you going to put Leicester? Let's move this along.
I think, for me, better than expected.
Yeah. Sorry, Kate. Love you to bits, but I'm agreeing with Dave. God, that hurt. I do think it's better than expected, because my big worry was we're going to do a Luton. Thankfully, I think if Rood had been still here, I think we might have done. I really do. And I think with the way we finished last season, whatever league we're in, we've improved. We've improved on last season. But Middlesbrough, Kate. I'm going to move on, Dave, because I'm just checking the time. Middlesbrough started off really well. They fallen them to second because they lost at the weekend. What do you think, Kate? Where would you put?
They're better than expected for me, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I spoke to a mate from the pub about it, and he was going down to Portsmouth on Saturday, and they thought they'd beat them fairly comfortably. But I said to him, well, you've only won 2 out of the last 5 or 6 or 7, or maybe 2 out of the last 5. So, you're struggling to turn draws into wins. So I thought they'd draw at Portsmouth.
Yeah.
So it was quite a shock for me, that. But yeah, I agree with you guys.
As somebody who got 0 in the prediction league the weekend, I expected them to draw as well.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do from now on is actually look at Kate's and go and just copy her homework, I think, because I am doing absolutely pants. Me and Josh present the prediction show. You couldn't get 2 worse people at predictions than me and Josh. But yeah,
not enough Desmonds. That's your problem.
There wasn't. No. There has been a few. I've just not been predicting them. But yeah, Kate and Dave, better than expected. I didn't expect them to be up here. Again, I don't think Rob Edwards is my favourite manager, but he's doing all right there at the moment.
I quite like the guy.
Millwall in 8th place, won 4, drawn 2, lost 3, Kate, -3 goal difference. But it's an enigma, really, Millwall, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, they're just one of those people that you never think they're at risk of going down, but I also feel they're never at risk of coming up. So exactly. They are, as expected for me. I would always see them comfortably above relegation, but not quite within reach of the playoffs. And that's where they're at the moment. So they have some amazing results, and then they'll have some stinkers. So that always brings about an equilibrium in terms of the table, I guess.
Well, there's another talk. You accused me of using big words, Kate.
Saurus right here, guys.
Oh, put some cream on and it won't be sore from the phone.
I know, I need to see a doctor about it.
Oh,
it's a good job I find my jokes funny. Nobody else does.
Shane? Keep laughing. Come on.
Your thoughts on Millwall?
Well, they got a decent manager, haven't they?
Millwall have got
Alex.
Alex Steele.
Yeah, he did okay at Norwich for a while. It was nice, wasn't it? Oh, thank you. Sorry, my tea's just arrived. Can we have 2 more, please?
Thank you. Thank you.
So you'd expect them to do okay, but I think Kate's right that they're not going to set the place alight.
No, I was doing that because I thought you were clicking your waitress for another cup of tea.
Yeah, but
So
she'd gone by then.
Where would you put Millwall?
I think they're doing better than expected. To as expected. One of those 2. I think better than expected.
You two started off so well agreeing, and now you've not agreed on anything since.
Oh, we agree on the important things.
I'm going to go with Kate. I'm sorry. I think it's as expected. I think mid-table, and I think that's probably sort of where they'll end up. Kate, exactly. Yeah. Neither going up nor going down. Norwich City, Kate. Liam Manning is their coach. They finished 13th last season. At the moment, they've started off and are in... I can't find them. Yes, they are. 19th. 1, 2, drawn 2, lost 5. Scoring okay, 11, but let 14 in.
Yeah, I mean, Norwich have been really disappointing for me this season. I always think that they're going to be around the 5th, 6th, 7th positioning. So they've been really disappointing. I think the fans will be disappointed with that as well. I mean, losing 3 out of the last 5. They're never any big margins, but they can't seem to grind out the wins. So for me, they're more disappointing, I think, worse than expected.
Dave?
I'd say, God. Oh, my God. Oh my God. The only thing in their favour is they've got a few easy games coming up, or games they should win. Not easy. Nothing's easy. Championship, is it? But yeah, they've got very winnable games coming up, I think. Although we've got these damn breaks, so that could be in their favour. You know, they can get back together again and start working it out. Maybe take the week off for international break. Give the other players time out. Take them away somewhere. You know, get some women in. You know, anything to perk them up a bit. Well,
I'd like to say you're so PC, Dave, but you're not, are you?
Well, I'm just trying to think how you kind of, you know, get the morale back in the squad.
I think bringing a load of prostitutes in is not the right way of going around that.
No, I didn't say that, did I? I just suggested.
No, he didn't say that. He's not going to pay them.
No, should be fun. Brian Clough used to do it, didn't he? Sometimes when you expected a bollocking, he'd take you away on holiday or something, and when you won, he'd probably tell him you hadn't.
I wondered where he was going with that. I had the lawyers on speed dial. So you're going with "Oh my God," are you?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, it's disappointing. Like Kate, I mean, they've lost games that they should never be losing.
I do kind of get it. And I was torn between the two, and you've both gone for the two that I was torn between, which doesn't really help me, guys. But
torn between two lovers.
Hey.
Yeah, in Dave's world, yes.
Loving us both is breaking
Oh, cramp.
Oh, not again! Not again!
I should have done that. Oh, bugger. Okay, so I'm an athlete, sorted. It's when I slid down the chair.
Oh God, Dave, we've had this before.
I know, darling. Sorry, it's just.
Oh, there was Kate being all having a romantic moment, you know, like
Dave's
when the candles lit to the nice song she was singing, and there's Dave going, "I've got cramp." I mean, you do get into the most awkward moments.
I do.
Yes,
sorry
it did. It did, didn't it? It did. I'm going to agree with you, Dave, on that one. I'm going to put them in "Oh my God" because I think they are quite a way down. They've had a really bad start. Oxford, now their manager is Gary Rowett, who's had a bit of success. I mean, he was doing well at Birmingham before they decided to go down the Rooney front. The three-sided stadium, they're sat in 22nd, and I've got to say, they're one of my favourites to go down. What do you think, Kate?
Yeah, I think as expected. I've just seen they only missed relegation by 4 points last season. So, yeah, I think they're probably as expected. It's frustrating that we couldn't beat them. Obviously, we were down to 10 men, and there's reasons for the game not going as planned. But, yeah, I thought overall the gap in quality was quite clear to see, to be honest.
Dave?
Yeah, I kind of expected them to do a bit better than that. I mean, they picked up a big win. Was it at Bristol? And then they've lost to Sheffield United at home or something. And they've lost games that they're the sort of team who could stay up because they're going to win games you wouldn't expect. And they're capable of doing it. But I think they're playing better than they show. But they're just not playing that consistently. And the fact they've conceded a few goals as well. Yeah, I just looked at that.
Where are you going to put them?
I'm going to put them, I suppose, as expected. Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with both of them. Mummy and Daddy agree finally. Woo! Even if Daddy has got cramp.
He's okay now. He's back.
He's back, is he? He's back. But yeah, I would say it's what I would expect them to do. I think they'll struggle this season. And they are where they are. Though I think that Gary Rowett, I think, is a good manager. Portsmouth finished 16th last season. They're 14th at the moment, Kate. 3-3-3 again. Not scoring many, got 8, but they've conceded 9. What do you think about Portsmouth?
Did you say where they were last year?
16th, yes.
16th, sorry, yeah. Yeah, I think they're about where I would expect them to be honest. Not really threatening the top or the bottom. Scoring goals isn't great. And similarly, they've got the same amount of goals as Charlton and Birmingham, which are both around them in the table. So, yeah, I would say it's as expected, really. I don't think that they will be down there, but I just can't see them getting out of the league, going up either, so...
Would you have them down there, Dave?
Well, I'd probably have them just below mid-table, yeah, which is that, isn't it? Because the home fans are the ones that are going to help them through. But they've had some crazy results as well. To beat Middlesbrough was ridiculous. And yeah, they drew at Southampton, didn't they? And that boring game.
It was.
And then lost at home Sheffield Wednesday. Which, to be honest, we could have done. So, yeah, I think Portsmouth are going to be unpredictable, but their home form will keep them where they are. So I guess, I don't know, as expected, I think.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that. And I'm sorry, Preston, I missed you off. Before we come on to Preston, I just want to advertise this. This is coming up at 9:00 tonight. Who's at the wheel? Is it a John Rudkin takeover? We're going to be talking to Dave Bartram, the lead singer, or ex-lead singer with Show Waddy Waddy, who's not a happy chappy. He's a Leicester season ticket holder. He's not particularly happy. And you think I'm having a rant? Wait till he gets going tonight, I'll tell you. So join me and Dave, not that Dave, no, this Dave, at 9:00 tonight. I like Preston, Kate. And because they're always a team that whenever Leicester played them, we were their family day. And I used to be able to get 4 kids in for £1 each. So I absolutely loved them. They're always, I remember last season when we played them, they were actually top. No, 2 seasons ago, sorry.
Yeah.
And they always seem to start well and fade. But they are sat in 4th at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're doing better than expected, really. Obviously, they're our only defeat of the season as well. Yeah, and they've got a pretty tight ship running there. They've got joint second best goals conceded. So, you know, they're running a tight ship and it's showing, you know, decent, same amount of points as us. So, yeah, I would say they're better than expected. I would not envisage them being in the playoffs. I would probably put them in this sort of group just outside of the playoffs. So, yeah, for me, they're doing better than expected.
Which is where they usually end up. I mean, I'd love to see them go up eventually, but I can't see it. Dave, do you think they are better than expected?
I don't know, mate. I've got a good mate, Bazza from Preston, and we talk about it. And
hang on, you've got a mate?
I've got mates everywhere, mate. It's so frustrating. Being a Preston supporter, because I mean they've beaten some good. They've beaten us. They've beaten. So they beat at home. Quite a few. Let me just have a quick look. Sorry, I'll keep talking while I'm looking. But they've won some games with Ipswich. They beat at home as well.
They've only lost 1 this season, and they've scored more than they've let in. Not lost in the last 5.
They drew at QPR.
Yeah. So how do you see? Where I mean, again. Is this better, or would you expect them to do this?
I'd expect them to definitely be in the playoffs. Yeah, but they're on a difficult run. But saying that, as you said, they've 5. They haven't lost a game for 5, have they? So, yeah, I think they're where I'd expect them to be.
So you're going as expected, and you're going better than expected, Kate. I'm going to put them. They have. They're like you said. They have had a good start. They're the only team that have beaten us, and they've only been beaten once. I'm torn. I'm going to stick them in better because I expect them to be around there, but not as probably as good as they were doing. QPR, Kate, got stuffed 7 by Coventry, and I don't think they've lost since then. 2 wins and 2 draws in 5.
Yeah, I mean, if you go a game more, they've got 4 wins in 6. So yeah, better than expected for me. I always expect QPR to be in the bottom third of the division. I think historically they've been quite poor, but they've managed to put a really decent run together here, scoring a decent amount of goals. And they're not really, like I say, except for the massive anomaly that was the Coventry game, they've not conceded more than one for those last 6 games, which is incredible, really.
Yeah. I mean, they've conceded 14, Dave. Half of those were in one game.
Yeah, that's right. And you can always tell how QPR are going to do, because having lived in Surrey for 40 odd years, I've got a lot of mates that are Rangers fans, and they're ecstatic. I mean, you think they'd won the league already. So half of them are season ticket holders as well, and they are convinced this is their year. The way they're playing and the team they've got and the way they're performing, they are convinced they're going up. The only thing that stops being totally convinced is because it's QPR.
Yeah.
And like Leicester, we're used to being disappointed. So it's a tricky one, but I am a bit surprised they're up there. I didn't think they'd do so well so early. So for me, it's better than expected.
I'd agree with both of you. You know, they're a team that I always expect to be, as Kate said, in the bottom half or there or thereabouts, and they're sat in 6, having only lost 2. They've got a new manager in as well, Julien Stéphan. I've absolutely know nothing about him.
Very happy with him.
Yeah, and obviously they lost Marty Cifuentes. Where did he go?
Who's he?
I have no idea.
It's interesting as well, just a quick one, where they think about Marty, because it was all going so well, and then they lost sort of love for him towards the end.
Didn't he want the a job somewhere else? Did he want the Derby job?
Something to do with that, yeah. But
and he was put on garden leave.
The sort of football they began to play. So I don't know. I didn't see him.
Right, I think I know where this one's going. Sheffield United. Welcome back, Dave Wilder. I don't know if anybody saw his first game back, which was at home at Bramall Lane. He walked out onto the pitch behind 6 naked maidens who were throwing rose petals on the ground.
It's Chris, isn't it?
He's being sarcastic, Kate.
Oh.
He thinks I look like him. As do a few mates of mine who
No, you don't.
I don't even. He's got a big
Did I
nose.
say Dave then, by any chance?
He's got a bigger nose than me.
Well, you knows.
And he talks funny as well.
This guy, and let's be honest with you, was linked with Leicester. But if he hasn't been walked onto the pitch by naked, dusky maidens putting rose petals down for him, then he's done something wrong, because he could have demanded that at the 3rd time. You know, he could have demanded, Miss Sheffield to give him a massage at the end of every game, and I
think you're bringing your infatuations and fantasies.
Shush. I might be.
Have you seen Miss Sheffield?
But I mean, it's a joke, really. It's a joke they got rid of him. Lost in the playoff final, got rid of him. Wow. If there's ever be careful what you wish for, there was a big one.
They are the biggest. Oh my God.
Yeah.
In the league. I mean,
again?
I cannot. Oh my God.
I want you to record that for me for my radio show.
Oh,
just
record it.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, that Chris Wilder relationship is really toxic. You won't go back to your ex for a 3rd time. I don't understand it. I really do not understand it. They've treated him terribly. And I just don't know how you're not making them sort of
money, isn't it?
Really. But I think these guys have enough money. They have enough money. Like I say, I think it's an unhealthy codependent relationship. But I would not ever have seen them, even regardless of league position. They've scored 3 goals.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been there last season. That's a bleak place to be as a fan.
Yes.
And yeah, they've just been absolutely shocking. Some of the results that have come through from some of the teams that, most of the top half would beat comfortably. They've they've succumbed to, and it's 1-0 to Hull, 2-1 to Southampton,
6 to Ipswich, was it?
5 to Ipswich, lost to Borough, lost to Millwall, lost to Swansea. It's been a tough.
I saw that Ipswich game, and at half time, I think they were only 1-0 down, and they were actually doing okay. And then the second half, they just totally capitulated. It was like watching Leicester from last season. And they've played 9, they've lost 8, they've got a minus 13 goal difference, 16 they've conceded. And I mean, Dave Wilder, what do you think?
Oh my God!
Yeah,
but they're going down. They're going down. He's not going to save them. While that guy's in charge,
though, hasn't he? He's done it before.
Nah, he's not going to do it this time. Kate said, "You wouldn't go back to your ex that many times and expect."
I don't know. If she's a good cook, I might do.
But even so, from Sheffield United's point of view, having him back for a third time, I just don't think you'll get a really good work ethic out of him because he's not really that arsed, is he?
No, and we've got to say, we love Sheffield United. 10 million for Tom Cannon. Get in.
There you go.
Talking, there's 2 teams in Sheffield, and the other one, I don't think there's a football fan anywhere in the country that doesn't have sympathy for the situation that Sheffield Wednesday find them in. Themselves in. I mean, it's a joke. They're going to get probably a bigger points deduction than we are, so they're going to go down. They play with pride. I mean, they've got some amazing draws. They got a win. And in fairness, they gave us a shock on the opening day, Kate.
Yeah, they did. A close colleague of mine is a season ticket holder, so I do get the ins and outs of what goes on, and it's just so miserable. Like you say, every single fan can fully empathise and sympathise with Sheffield Wednesday fans because it's your living worst nightmare as a football fan to have that type of owner and that type of experience. And I think even the ground has turned quite hostile, so much so that fans don't want to go because it's a really horrible experience because fans have turned. And that's, interestingly, that's meant their home form has been quite poor, but their away form has been considerably better. And that's probably something for fans to think about, that at the end of the day, you still want your team to win. So, yeah, I feel really sorry for them. But going into this season, they're exactly where I would think that they would be in terms of positioning. But to be honest, I would have expected them to have less points than they have.
Yeah.
So, I think they've scored.
I mean, Sheffield Wednesday fans, as bad as your season is, you're still 3 points above Sheffield United.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, I think they are as expected.
Yeah. William, thank you for Daniel Leverson, he said. He's been sensational. You're welcome, mate. Leicester never gave him a chance. He's in charge. He's been amazing. I think we just had 2 goalkeepers that were ahead of him in the pecking order. And I would have loved to have kept Daniel Leverson, but good luck to him at Preston. He was happy there when he went on loan. And apparently Northampton are about to sack the manager if Luke had his way. Dave, Sheffield Wednesday, pretty much I think that I'm where I would expect them.
Yeah,
I think so now because of the time. But
yeah, I think you're right. It's a shame. Again, my best man was a Wednesday fan, and he's crying in his beer. It is horrendous. And in fact, the only time Cov fans have applauded the home fans for leaving, which they did on Saturday, I think. So that says it all, doesn't it? That says it all.
It does. Southampton, look, I'm not a lover of Will Still. I don't understand the loving for this guy. This guy was a fantastic manager. People wanted him to come to Leicester. No. They've had the worst start of the 3 that have come down. They've only had 2 wins, but they've probably drawn games they should have won, and they should have beat Portsmouth in that boring 0-0. I know where I'd put them. Kate, where would you put them?
Yeah, worse than expected for me, I think. The Will Still thing for me just feels, I know he is obviously somebody who didn't play the game and has learnt the craft in the traditional way, but I just think that's so risky to hire a manager like that. And I think they'll probably pay for it. And I was glad at the time, but I'm even more glad now we didn't get him if he was ever on the cards. So yeah, worse than expected for me, but not an oh my god. No,
I don't think they're bad enough this season to be oh my god. Dave?
No, worse than expected. Listening to Solent radio, BBC Solent, it's like Leicester were last year. You know, same sort of thing, but this is a league down, and you got to feel for the fans. I mean, they don't know where to go. So, yeah.
Do you, Kate? Do you like a wet one in Stoke?
The last time we played there, we won 5-0 in the Championship, and I was stood on the very end of the stand, literally the end seat, while it was blowing a gale and the roof did nothing. So I absolutely know what it's like, and the 5 goals made up for it for sure. But yeah, Stoke are a lot of people's bogey teams. So I think they're about where I'd expect them to be, though, to be honest. I expect them to be pushing for playoffs, and that's where they're at right now. So I think they'll come back up to the Premier League in the short term.
Had a good start. They have gone kind of down recently. I tell you what, Dave, I'm off to Stoke if there's a woman there called Gail that's blowing.
Yeah.
Might get cramped, though, that's the thing.
It'll be beyond me,
Might get cramped, though, that's the thing.
No, just when I stretch too far.
Exactly. Dave,
if you're moaning about the new stadium, you should have been at the old one, Kate. I promise you that was a nightmare ground to go to.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, horrendous place. But no, I think they're doing better than I expected. I don't like them much, but then they've got a good manager, to be fair.
They have. I think Mark Robbins is going to do well. Yeah. I would agree with you, Dave. I think you bet better than expected. And as I said, if you want to talk about grounds that are horrible, I'll take you to Highfield Road before Coventry moved. We went there one day. It was pissing down with rain. There was no cover on the ground. It was when they had terracing, and I'm stood, and we scored. And my bollocks got absolutely crushed against one of those metal bars, you know, that they used to have that you stood up against. And then we lost 4-1 and I got wet through. So it wasn't a good day all round, really. Swansea City with Alan Sheehan, Kate. 3-3-3 again. 10-10 with the goals. Only won 1 in 5, though.
Yeah, I still think based on their performances, how they played against us, is what I would have expected. Didn't have a great amount, but could potentially capitalise on a few chances. Mid-table is exactly where I would have thought they would be, to be honest.
Yeah, me too.
You too.
Sheehan's moaning like crap about their performances, but I don't think they've been that bad. What's he expect?
I don't think they've been that bad, but like you say, mid-table, the 12th, they're exactly mid-table is probably where I expected them. One place above them are Watford, who 3-3-3 and 11-11 scored, 11 conceded, and 12 points. They haven't changed the manager tonight yet, but still early. Last season they finished 14th, so they're 11th at the moment. Kate?
Yeah, I think as expected, given their history, the amount of change they go through, the amount of players they signed at one point as well, it's a real topsy-turvy club. And I'm just looking at their recent form here. I mean, they beat Oxford and Hull in the last couple of games, but some of their losses, like to Millwall and the loss to Blackburn at home, is an absolute honking score. So, they are where I expect them to be. Yeah. I don't expect them to be pushing or for relegation either.
Dave?
Yeah, me too.
2 very quick answers there from Dave. I'm
aware of Kate's dinner.
Yes, so am I.
I've got to get up to Leicester.
You're going up to Leicester?
For dinner.
Oh, sorry. Bit slow there.
You are alone, aren't you, tonight, you said? Is that?
I am, Dave, yeah.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
These cold autumnal nights.
Right, well, I'll see you all later then.
I feel like Parent Trap here.
Wrexham are doing better than I thought. Can I just ask Luke? Do you know how old Luke is? Luke Chapman. Is he our generation or previous? Because he's a Northampton fan. I just wondered if you remember Frank Large or Frank Rankmore, who was their captain back in the 70s. Wonderful team. Love the Cobblers.
Anyway, welcome to Antiques Roadshow.
Yeah, come on, carry on.
A while ago, Kate, I can't remember which manager we'd sacked and were hoping to replace, and somebody not a million miles away, and it's not me, and it's not you, suggested that we take Ryan Mason in as manager.
Oh, that wasn't
no!
me.
Oh no! I mean, I think
that was you, Dave.
Was it?
They quite like him at West Brom, don't they?
He was at Tottenham, wasn't he?
Actually, it was me. Yeah, it was me. He's all right. Yeah, he's all right.
Tottenham's like caretaker manager quite a few times, wasn't he?
Yes.
So yeah, I'm pleased he's making a go of it himself. And West Brom fans, I think, quite like him. However, they have lost 3 in 5.
Yeah.
Obviously drew with us. I would probably expect them to be doing a little bit better than they are. I'd expect them to be around about us. I just think because they're an established outfit, really.
Yes.
You think they've got 14 points and they've lost 3 out of 4? Is that right?
Yeah.
That's the blip.
But they had that good start.
Yeah.
Like Preston did, and like Stoke did, you know. Where are you putting them, Kate?
I'll go as expected. I think they're about as expected. Pushing for playoffs.
Dave?
Me too.
Oh, he is in a hurry, isn't he?
Right.
Right. Are you? Is it sausage in the hole tonight, Kate?
Well, I hope so.
Toad in the hole.
Oh
no! Did you never see that on This Morning with Gino?
Yeah. Sausage in the hole.
And we all know how Dave's partial to sausage, don't we?
I am.
You liked a bit of raw sausage, if you remember, straight out the fridge.
The funniest This Morning one is...
That was a long time ago.
The funniest one on This Morning was when Holly says to him, "Oh, it's like a British carbonara," and he was like, "It's like saying if you give my nan a bicycle, give my nan 2 wheels, she'd be a bike."
Oh, yeah, I know. She nearly choked, didn't she? I mean, we know what's gone on there, but I didn't used to watch, but I used to love the outtakes. You know, the clips. Yeah. Finally, the richest club in the Championship, allegedly, Phil Parkinson's Wrexham, League One runners-up last season. I mean, they seemed to be the team that was going to do the next Ipswich, like Birmingham were. But they are down in 18th. Only won 1 in the last 5, only won 2 this season. -1 goal difference. I think the expectations at home are probably a little bit too high for them. But what do you think of?
I agree.
I mean, they've only lost 2. So 3. Sorry, they've lost 3.
They haven't lost 3, yes.
But I think they're about where I'd expect them to be. I didn't think they'd be a yo-yo club in terms of up and down again. But I think this is the kind of level of football where you really start to tell the men from the boys, and sometimes you just need a bit of stability and to get a bit established and to find your feet properly in these top 2 divisions before you can really push on again. So I think they'll comfortably stay in the division, but I don't think they'll be around playoffs, and that tends to be where it's going at the moment. So I think they're about as expected for me.
Yeah. Dave, I mean, they've scored 14, but you know they've had Danny Ward in goal. They've conceded 15. And I know the fans are not fans of Danny Ward or Connor Cody.
Oh, it's strange, isn't it? Neither
Ward's been out for quite a few games now, though, because he's broken his elbow.
He did, yes, yeah. And Connor Cody's been on Sky and Talk Sport a lot as well.
He's played the most for them. Brunt. Brunt, yeah.
I would expect them to go back down again, because surely at some stage they're going to have this problem financially where they can't afford to spend any more. 1 minute.
That only happens if you call Leicester.
Well, that's what surprises me. I don't get it at all. Kate, probably one day you can explain it to me, but it just doesn't seem right.
When you're rubbing his leg and he's got cramp,
Well,
you can explain PSR. You know, you're painting a really romantic evening in for you two here.
I think a nice quiet chat over a drink about PSR is something, you know, I'm looking forward to. But I don't know. I think they'll probably go down.
Right.
So I think they're doing as expected at the moment.
So you're both going as expected.
I don't think their home ground or performance is going to save them. No,
I don't. There we go. All completed. With obviously the majority where they were, but yeah, I mean Sheffield United horror season, Charlton well done, along with QPR. I think are the two surprises in that top one. Guys, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'll let you know about next week because obviously it's a. He's really keen to get up and see you, isn't he? Those sausages are getting burnt, Dave. Be quick. Thanks very much. I'll let you go. I know you've got
the whole I'm worried about, to be fair.
Wait, it's goodbye from me.
But he likes them. What did you like a little bit of in your sausages?
Mustard. Bit of mustard.
No, he got some special sausages from a local butcher.
Oh, Porky Whites, yeah.
Porky Whites. Who can forget Porky Whites?
What's in there?
They had Brussels sprouts at Christmas. Brussels
Yes.
sprouts in sausages.
Right,
Do you remember?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dave was the sausage man.
Oh,
I
yes.
am the sausage man.
Down your
Right,
way.
I'll see you shortly, Dave. The door on the latch.
All right.
If she's not there, Dave, she'll start herself. Don't worry.
Okay. No worries. See you soon. See you in a bit.
Thanks so much, guys. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, kids.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Cheers.
How do I get out of here?
Like that. There we go. Thanks to Dave. Oh my God. How did we get through that? More double entendres than a night with Bernard Manning. We're going to be back in 39 minutes talking to Dave Bartram, lead singer of Show Waddy Waddy, or ex-lead singer of Show Waddy Waddy, I should say. And he's a bit concerned about what's happening with Leicester. And should the fans know more about what's going on? Who is driving the club at the moment? Susan Whelan's not, because she's gone. Looking forward to that. 9 o'clock. Be there or it'll be non-circular. Thanks so much, guys. Like, share, subscribe. And if you're listening via your favourite podcast player, cheers, me dears. See you later. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. These videos are tremendous. You better like them too, or I'll be back.
This podcast is proud to be part of the TalkSport Fan Network. TalkSport. Powered by fans.
That will conclude this evening's entertainment.